the reason you haven't felt it is because it doesn't exist. What you call love was invented by guys like me.
Is that right?
Are you sure about it?
Star Realist.trains, DHM JRPG SIFI. Play it on your phone.
I'm living like there's no tomorrow. Because there isn't one.
I think I realized it until this moment. Hard being a man too.
You're born alone and you die alone, and this world just drops a bunch of rules on top of you to make you forget those facts, but I never forget. Love was invented by guys like me.
Everybody, I think Hamster Hawk is walking. Watching at me. Fuck! Fuck! Important fish tank. Oh, someone got kicked off. Hold on. I think we have the full clip. Okay, we're just chilling right now. Oh, shit. That was your mom walking down the stairs. Haha, she tripped.
Well, I got some reading I could do. If you want to hear some reading,
Is it Simmons' book?
No, I just keep excerpts. I keep excerpts of books that I like on my phone. I'm not a freak. All right. I mean, this is something I saved as an inspired quote. There was a counselor who worked for a camp for decades. Everybody loves him, but he got fired because he offered drinks to underage girls and allegedly raped her. Here's how to do it the right way.
Big drama on sushi stream right now. Wait, what? Link me.
One of the first things you...
Oh, Jesus. How did your rows go? Okay, it's a little weird not to get, like, the bench to move around on the floor. Also, it's my first time doing it, so you have to figure out the right way, but... It's on okay left. I guess it's okay. Good job. Wait, where is sushi at? Just use a T-bar? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what a T-bar actually is. T-bar. Oh, this shit. I don't know if we have one of these. Ban that guy, it's a sleep stream. Wait, who said big drama on sushi stream? Epic Gamings. It is a sleep stream.
And I don't know, what is the right way? What's the, how does that, where does that go? You don't know either?
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Okay. Sexual harassment warning, like every culture they're accustomed when you hit on boys and girls. So does camp counselors who work at camp nowadays. Are most kids from all over the world. Of course they would expect a romantic experience. You gotta do it the right way or you might get fired. What's that referring to? What does that mean? That struck my curiosity. That piqued my interest. It made me wonder. Questions popped up in my mind.
Yeah.
What could this be referring to?
That's fair.
What's this picture of this, like, 11-year-old says into long legs? That made me go,
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm like, what the fuck's that? Okay.
Why is it funny, bro?
Sylvia, did you see the picture?
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
Some weird ass shit.
For counselors, be nice, be polite, be the big brother of everybody else. Be a bit naughty.
Is this real or?
This is actually like hell.
Okay. Yeah.
Hell.
Oh, man. Well, Simmons, allow me to say something that you'll understand in your language. Okay. Translation, I'm kicking you off the show.
Okay.
Effective immediately, we'll be walking you out, taking you to a bus station in Fall River, and saying goodbye.
Okay.
You have 1.5 minutes to get your shit.
Okay.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Can I sing a send-off song?
Yes, please do. You can put the baby down also, Simmons. Simmons, get your shit though.
I truly don't even know what the fuck is going on. I have no fucking idea. The book Sam is reading from is one I guess. He wrote a book on how to groom children during summer camp. Is it? But I don't believe it's real.
Just got here. WTF is this?
Jeez,
Yeah,
them's
nobody
the
knows.
breaks, huh? That's a tough break, huh, guy? Jeez Louise. Sorry I had to do that to you. It's a tough break there. Jeez Louise. Oh. Well, I guess the career in entertainment's gonna have to be rebooted elsewhere. Maybe as a VTuber. Make some bucks, you know? Maybe make a few bucks on YouTube. That's an idea. It's all good. You'll bounce back. do some League of Legends, do a few VTubes, you know? Ah, that was right. I knew you bounced back. You're a resilient guy. You're going to the top, as a matter of fact. I think you're going to the top. I'm just going to say it. You got a twinkle in your eye. I know you're going places. You're going to the top. Yeah. You're going up there. Big time. As in celebrity much? Hollywood? USA? Status? A-list? Well, you're definitely going to be a millionaire. Not a homeless guy. Well, that's our show. That's the end of the show. We're heading home to Fall River bus station. Uber's gonna take ya. Fall River's gonna shake ya. Yeah, go ahead. We're going to Fall River to get the bus. We're going on a bus trip to nowhere. We're not going anywhere in particular. We're just going to Fall River in an Uber. Got no money.
Okay, I'm super good on that.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates.
Was that Moo Kitty in the Tier 1 waiting room? Wait, no shot. Wait, hello? Is this our queen? Wait, are you just assuming because they have Kitty in the name? Okay, fuck you guys.
You see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like
Destiny.
that are not
Is
permitted
it too
in
late to
America.
become a creator?
Create children. Go fuck people.
In media, both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting
Authors,
to
Blue
force.
Eye.
Cool.
But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe.
Wow.
True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There
On
aren't
the
many
internet.
places left,
Alternative
but there are some,
media.
and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
Damn. I wonder where he's going next.
Hello everyone, Phil here, and this is not a good video.
Uh-oh.
This is not a video
Phil's
that
in
I
trouble
wanted to
again.
make. This is not a video that I planned on making, or I really hoped I never would have to make it. Right now, DSP Gaming is in grave jeopardy of being shut down under completely illegal and false pretenses.
Illegal?
It's not fair, because I've done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever.
Ever.
But I'm being treated like I did because YouTube's copyright system is broken. We were all worried this was going to happen because, as you know, my haters, detractors, whatever you want to call them, recently have all been up in arms against me, claiming that they've been receiving tons and tons of false copyright strikes against their accounts in my name. Earlier this month, I made an entire series of stuff. I did a whole thread showing that I had talked to YouTube support about it. I then
Oh man,
showed
come on, you know
everyone
what I
my
meant.
YouTube
Is
claims
it
page
economically
showing I had
unviable to be a
claimed-
content creator?
I don't know, bro. That's like you're asking me if you can be an NBA star. I don't know. If you're good enough to do it, then yeah, you can do it. It's economically viable. But if you're not, then it's not. I mean, what do you mean? I don't know. What am I supposed to say?
Any of these videos and showing you guys I have nothing to do with it, okay? I didn't do it. I'm not doing this false claims system, and I know that apparently YouTube channels are getting suspended, shut down, whatever it may be because of it. It's not me doing it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do to help people because I'm not involved, okay? I did my best, my due diligence, and YouTube will not listen to me. So what's happened is in the last several weeks, my haters, detractors, and trolls have vowed to basically hurt me in some way through illegal means because they know that legally there's nothing they can really do. So they're trying now to do whatever they can to hurt me, even though I did nothing to hurt them. If you can believe it. If that sounds any kind of logic, I don't think so. But I was wondering what was going to happen, and it's been about 3 weeks since this whole thing started happening. And nothing has really happened. And I was like, I guess maybe, I don't know, I got lucky, or maybe YouTube's system is good and isn't being fooled by whatever kind of malicious activity these people are trying to do against me. I don't know. Sadly today, I guess that luck ran out. Because as of right now, this just happened during my late night stream. DSP Gaming received multiple copyright strikes. Okay? They are not valid whatsoever. Alright? They're just not. What they are for music. What they're for is from the introduction to my podcast, the Level 1 Podcast.
Well, total
If
non-answer.
you remember,
You're just
I
gatekeeping
started
content
calling my
creation. Next, you were
podcast
going to sick the white blood cells on the donos.
True.
the Level 1 Podcast around summertime last year. And within only a couple of weeks of having that podcast running, someone made an introduction for me. And it was me with the green screen kind of dancing around in front of it. It actually featured, I guess the comedian or former comedian Andy Dick doing it, talking. And it basically played over what sounded like an instrumental and a spin-off of that Eminem song, My Name Is, And my name is Slim Darksea, right, is what it said as the lyric in there with Andy Dick doing the lyrics or whatever. It's funny, people like it, and I've been using this intro ever since the summer of last year on my daily Level 1 podcast. Now, I must assure you, I looked into it when I got this intro. This intro does not use the Eminem song at all. It's not in there, okay? It's someone else's instrumental rendition of the Eminem song with things changed around to the point where legally you couldn't argue it's the same song. This song has been changed with other instruments and things and tweaks to it. There's no way that you can argue that is the Eminem song. It's definitely not. Okay, legally it's not. It's been transformed enough, it's not. All right, if someone were to try to say that's the song, they would have to go to a court of law and sue me to prove it, which it's not. I've seen the original track that was used. It's not the Eminem song whatsoever. It's a completely different track made by somebody else. All right, so I have used this intro all year, no problem, and the first 4 months of this new year, no problem. But now my trolls are angry because whoever this is doing the false strikes in my name are shutting down their content. And now they feel like, I guess they have to lash out against me, even though, again, shutting me down and my content doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't make your content come back. All it does is make me not be able to make content on DSP Gaming, and it means that essentially now there's no content to be had anywhere. You can't make fun of me because I can't make content. It doesn't make sense. So what you're doing makes no logical sense. So here's what happened. I received 2 claims claiming, again, that this song, the Eminem song, My Name is being used in those videos when it is not. In addition, I'm being told that there is a music group claiming it that actually don't own the songs. I looked into it. All of Eminem's music is owned or, have the rights. Universal Music Group. The claims are from another music group that don't have legal rights to the song. So not only is the track not actually present in the videos that are being hit with copyright strikes, but in addition, the company that's issuing the strikes isn't the company that owns the legal rights to it. So it's a double messed up situation. And the fact that YouTube is just granting these strikes without doing due diligence is absolutely positively preposterous. They should never claim or never grant them. They should have someone who's competent, who issues the strikes, who reviews it for validity and says, well, it's not the right company, it's not the right track. No, but they don't. And this is the problem with YouTube's copyright system. Anyone can throw around and abuse it. And sadly, what repercussions do I have besides saying, well, what I need to do is, number one, immediately delete every single podcast off my channel that's ever used the song. Because what's to stop someone from immediately issuing more copyright strikes, which they're probably doing right now. The good news is these 2 strikes hit during my late stream tonight, and as soon as I finished the stream, I saw this, and I went and sadly had to delete. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's true. I had to permanently delete every single episode of the Level 1 podcast since last summer that used that intro. I wanted to be safe, so I basically went all the way back to like July. I basically went back to like, I think there's 8 episodes left. You can only watch episodes 1 through 8 of the Level 1 podcast. That's it. The rest of them are gone, including today's episode, which most of you probably didn't even get to watch.
Damn.
Okay? So if you're looking at DSP Gaming and you're wondering what the heck happened to the Level 1 podcast, I had to delete almost the entirety of the history of the show that used that intro. Now, it's not the fault of the person who made the intro. They didn't use the track. It's not their fault. It's not my fault. It's YouTube's copyright system and the very malicious person breaking the law trying to shut down DSP Gaming. I have 2 strikes. If I get 1 more, the channel will be suspended. And if I don't get a counter notification granted by YouTube for any of these, the channel could be terminated. This channel's been around for 13 years. 13 years. It's got all of my work for 13 years on it. I don't want to see it go away because someone is abusing YouTube's system and there's apparently no defense against it. Now, just so you guys know, I talked to YouTube. I went into a YouTube chat tonight. I talked to them for roughly 45 minutes. All right? Here is their response. There's nothing.
They did exactly what Tiny said people do. Oh, yeah, it's you guys are the same. You're all the same. It's all good. I'm used to this, a world of sheep. That's what you all are. I don't think Ayla or Destiny can bond with another person on the same level as most normal people do. Oh, but that's not a bad thing. It feels like that's the reason why they have some trouble understanding how monogamy works, despite showing a clear understanding.
Arsenal Pepe left Holland Gods to me.
That's why either of them can't understand why it will hurt your SO if you get a blowjob from a random person in another city, even though I said I understand why. I don't think they can feel that level of bond with their partners. Okay? The comparison to friendships is very telling too. Then I respond, I don't think you can bond well with people because you are obsessed with controlling your partner's time when you're not even around them. See how you can flip this any way you want? Negative 26. Good one. Fucking retards.
Nothing we can do. If you submit a
Now that you're
notification,
sufficiently angry,
we
do
should
you want to talk about Death in June?
Oh, sure. What's up? Before you get into the autistic deep dive on whatever band history this has that
It's
I
gonna be
super don't give a fuck,
autistic.
well, then don't even bother because I don't care. Here's my point.
Well, no,
If you wanna
okay,
talk
there's a
about,
broader
let me
point.
just lay out my argument
Yeah,
before I
go
waste a
ahead,
bunch
go
of time doing a
ahead.
bunch of autistic shit. Okay? People that are hunting around for symbols in Ukrainian Nazi shit, I super don't give a fuck. You need to show real anti-Semitism. It can't be a band patch. It can't be an SS login waffle lightning strike thing. It can't even be the SS shit. I just super don't give a fuck. Show me anti-Semitism. Show me anti-Semitic laws. Show me hate crimes. Whatever you have to do. I need to see something beyond like fucking band patches and Nazi whatever bullshit symbols. That's my position.
Yeah, I think that's legitimate. And I'm going to be like ultra charitable here because I'm not a dumb fuck lefty. And I'll say that like even with Death in June, there's a lot of reasons why artists might use Nazi imagery that doesn't necessarily make them Nazis. So like the obvious, like the super autistic debate is that there have been, you know, decades of people arguing about whether or not Death in June is a Nazi band or not. And I think if you dig into the history, like, I don't know if I would say that they're Nazis, quite frankly. I think probably the correct term is like national Bolshevist. But I think that there's this like second question, which is how should we respond to Ukrainians having like the occasional bit of fascist imagery? And it is really scary to me when people will like get into these rabbit holes going back and forth on whether like this piece is actually Nazi imagery or not. There's just been like an insane rise in anti-Semitism. And I think that by minimizing some of this Nazi imagery and saying that like it's not Nazi imagery, I think it's a little ridiculous, especially because the band is specifically invoking Nazi imagery intentionally. They're not like, they know where these things came from. Death in June is a reference to the Night of the Long Knives.
Sure, yeah, I don't care. This is my guess. My guess is going to be that the biggest increase in the biggest presence of anti-Semitism in the world, if I could point to one group, my guess would be it's probably Muslims. And most of the people that are crying about fucking Semitic imagery that's being used by these guys, or Nazi imagery, are all fucking simping for Islam anyway, and probably all fucking hate Israel or whatever. Like, I super don't care. It's the most pearl clutching shit. Even if you want to walk out with fucking swastikas, I'm just, at this point, I'm beyond giving a fuck. Show me real anti-Semitism. All of this stuff, I feel like people forget. There's nothing wrong with a swastika. There's nothing wrong with a symbol inherently. It's supposed to be a proxy for other ideologies. Where there's smoke, there's fire. If somebody's wearing a whole bunch of weird fucking Nazi symbolism and all these Luftwaffe whatever the fuck things, then fine. There could be some problematic things there. So then show me the anti-Semitism. Where is it? If we see the smoke, find the fire. And time again, I'm pretty sure it was like the only country in the entire world who's like president and vice president besides fucking Israel had like had Jewish people there. Find me the anti-Semitism. If it's just going to be like autistic quibbling over like, well, fascist imagery is making its way into different armies across the world that might blah blah. Like I just don't care. You can argue about it if you want, but it's not enough for me anymore. I don't care anymore about that type of shit. But if you think it's problematic, that's fine. But I don't think I can be persuaded anymore for that.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is that like the minimization of fascist imagery is anti-Semitic.
Okay, then I'm anti-Semitic in that way, I guess I would say. I'll just bite the bullet on that.
That's like, that's fucked up. Because I think that like when you look at these bands, a lot of people who are drawn to them are people who are just like level one thinking. Like maybe like the creators of these bands are like these big brain, like satirists or whatever. But a lot of the people who are like following it are attracted to it specifically because a lot of the songs and the album covers and the merchandise like does glorify this imagery and kind of water it down. And I do think that we need to be careful.
Then show me my guess is going to be that if you talk to most Jews in the world, my guess is going to be that their biggest concerns for anti-Semitism, my guess is going to be, is in this order, top three things. One is going to be far-right extremists. The second is probably going to be Arabs, okay, or Muslims. And then the third might be really far left extremists in some area. But like Ukrainian soldiers wearing patches, like again, where is so I guess here's a question before we hop back to the autistic analysis of all the symbols. Do you think there is any significant or even insignificant anti-Semitic presence in Ukraine? And where is it?
Yeah, no. So I talked to the Ukrainian Anna about this a little bit on Twitter, and she's super cool. And one of the things that I told her is that I'm pretty frustrated with the kind of smearing of Ukrainians as Nazis. And the more I've learned about Ukraine, the more frustrating this accusation has become, especially because it's used to justify Russia's invasion. So that is like that, but the thing is that fuels my simultaneous frustration with kind of minimizing this imagery. And like you had this like take about like dog whistling, which is you just need to be like, whatever, that's bad, move on. You shouldn't like get like bogged down in these kind of back and forths. And I feel like the same thing applies here, where you should just be like, yeah, it's bad, like don't use that imagery. But like, listen, people, there's never been an army in history that didn't have like racists within it. That's just something that has happened. And I don't think that that's like an indictment of Ukraine. And I don't think that means that like they're unjust in defending their country.
Sure, I don't know all of this is just super, I don't care about Ukrainians and I don't even care about their country. Fuck, I don't care about that right now. What I'm asking is there an anti-Semitic presence in the Ukrainian armed forces?
Yeah, so what I just said is no, and I think that this smear is really frustrating.
Okay, then who cares if they have on their fucking patches?
Steven, that's what I'm saying. But like when you say like, oh no, it's actually from this band that is like anti-fascist in origin, I think what you're doing is like you are getting bogged down in this back and forth about like actually caring, when what you should say is like it doesn't actually matter, right?
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, makes sense. Destroyed. Okay, get fucked, Destiny.
Okay, be careful, buddy.
Okay, you too.
have someone look into it and determine whether or not it's valid or not. And if we still can't tell if it's valid or not, then you have to wait for the counter notification to go through. And if it goes through, then within, 2 weeks time, the copyright strike will be removed from your channel. But that's a big if. What if YouTube can't determine if it's valid or not? What if YouTube is just not doing due diligence, which it sounds like they're not? They already granted the false strikes, right? So what if they don't grant the counterclaims, right? Or what if someone tries to hit my channel with another false strike, which could very much happen at any moment. Someone could hit my channel with another false strike for something. Now, I don't know what it would be, but they very well could try. And that could be the end of DSP Gaming until I can get a counterclaim granted. So this is absolutely ridiculous. I've done nothing wrong. I did not strike any of my haters or detractors with anything. I have nothing whatsoever to do with it. But YouTube's system is so broken that they're acting like I did. And, well, they're acting like I'm doing things wrong on my channel. They're granting the false strikes against me. They're granting the false strikes against others, all right? So YouTube's impression is, we will not help you. I tried. Like I said, I had a 45-minute conversation with them today, and they eventually came back.
Do people hate you or DSP more? DSP is one of the most trolled people on the internet. For like size to troll base, he is probably one of the most trolled people.
That's what they told me. They said, these are our processes. If you don't feel that they're sufficient, go seek legal help. So I think I have to at this point. And the thing is, do I have the money for that? No, I don't. Do I really have the time for that? No, I don't. But what else am I supposed to do? Someone is destroying my channel. They're trying to destroy.
Would you be open to talking to
business.
him? Nah, he blew his chance. He can go do his own thing.
I've never had issues
Like
with
that.
copyright. And now they're lying, and they're trying to fool YouTube system to maliciously hurt my channel, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I'm reaching out. I don't know how quickly I'll hear back from anyone, but I'm going to reach out and hopefully hear back and have to maybe start a legal process. I don't even know what else to say, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I've done absolutely positively nothing wrong. I've not even used the song that I'm being accused of using, and the company claiming the song is not the company who owns the rights to it. It's not Universal Music Group claiming the songs. So it's preposterous at every single step of the way. Now, one final thing. I hope that you've gotten this far through the video.
I've gotten there.
If
Talk to me. What's up?
DSP Gaming goes away, because tomorrow's my day off. I'm taking my normal day off. I have to. I got other stuff to do or whatever, okay? If DSP Gaming goes away tomorrow, I'm going to do my best to try to get the counter notification submitted, all right? And hopefully they'll go through and the channel will come back. Now, in the meantime, I will still have access to my other YouTube channels. DSP Reacts still exists, still will be working fine. My old channels, like KO Gaming, still exists, still will be working fine.
Ooh.
So in the meantime,
if your main one gets taken down, be careful. I don't know if you can still stream on the other ones.
On there instead of DSP Gaming, I guess that's what I have to do. Now, obviously, that's awful. I don't have nearly the viewer base or subscriber base on those channels that I do on DSP Gaming, right? So that's going to hurt a lot. I'm probably gonna
camera's
get a
been
big
going the
dip in
whole time.
views. I'm probably going to get a big dip in support, quite frankly, and that's going to hurt me. But what did I do? Nothing. I did nothing wrong. And I'm being punished as if I did something wrong. I did check with YouTube on this, and they did answer, yes, you can do that. They said, the channel in question being hit with copyright strikes is the only channel affected. If you have other YouTube channels and other content, you can still create content on those channels, no problem.
Okay.
I guess the only time you can't do that
is if it's a
you
TOS?
outright violate YouTube's terms of service.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you were doing heinous things on a YouTube channel, and YouTube deemed this is not within our terms of service, we're terminating your channel. And then you had other channels and you tried to post content there, then that's a violation. That's called ban evasion, you see. Then they'll basically terminate all your channels. But from what I'm being told, I talked to YouTube about this, and they said, you know, you should still be able to create content on your other YouTube channels, okay? I hope this is true. I hope that they weren't lying to me. This is what they told me today, again, in YouTube chat. So that's that. If the worst comes to pass and DSP Gaming gets shut down for these false strikes, in the process of me trying to get counter notifications issued, I'm going to be using DSP Reacts and maybe KO Gaming, an older channel, in order to make content. I'm not gonna put gameplay on DSP Reacts, but we could do some React content and pair that off, probably with content over on, KO Gaming or something. We'll see. Now, worst case scenario.
Worst case.
If what YouTube is telling me was not true, which would be really messed up, then we're going to have to try other alternate means. I might have to return back to Twitch temporarily. Now on Twitch, I'm not in any kind of a program. I'm not in the affiliate or the partner program. So I might have to temporarily just stream there for a little bit, hoping for the best. And then I'm probably going to have to look into third-party options. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go to these other places. People have told me about, I guess, places like they're called Rumble or something like that. I don't want to do that. I've been on YouTube since 2008. I've built a community from the ground up for 14 plus. This is my 15-year anniversary this year. We're going to have a big celebration in September to celebrate 15 years of Dark Side Phil, right? How is it fair that someone is breaking the law, lying, and I'm being punished for it when I've done absolutely positively nothing wrong? I violated no terms of service. I violated no copyright laws. I'm doing everything in the right like I always have.
Always.
And now somehow I'm at risk of losing everything. So obviously if this channel goes away, check out my Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP. Check out my other channels, which hopefully will still exist. I hope you'll check them all out, and hopefully, you know, we'll be able to continue on. If YouTube lied to me and the other channels go away too, I'll tell you what's going on Twitter, and likely what we'll have to do is go over to Twitch temporarily and then try out other services. Do a stream on these other services and see how they work, and go from there until hopefully I can get the YouTube issue cleared up. Again, I am reaching out to a lawyer to hopefully talk to someone about this and get help, because I don't actually know what else to do. Now, like I said, I don't have money and time for this. So if I need help, I'm going to let you know. If I need to even have like a legal fund for this, to talk to a lawyer and figure out why
legal
I'm supposed
fund
to protect my business.
fundraiser.
YouTube is granting false claims all over the place. They're granting false claims in my name, and now it sounds like they're granting other false claims against me too. What am I supposed to do? Maybe the lawyer will have an answer. Maybe the lawyer will be able to contact YouTube and get it all cleared up. I don't know. But I'm just starting the process. That's the other problem. I don't know how long it'll be. But, you know, for me to even hear back from someone and get the ball rolling on something like this, and this is all happening in real time, like 2 strikes hitting me during my late stream, and now the channel's in jeopardy of being shut down when I've done absolutely nothing wrong. So guys, I'm sorry. I don't like bringing you this kind of news. I'm literally sitting here clicking refresh over and over, just seeing if I'm going to be hit with a third false strike. But you guys are going to look and say, what happened to all the podcasts? I had to delete them because someone is successfully issuing false copyright claims against me for something I did not do. And so obviously it's safer to just delete those videos than to risk getting hit with a strike that would shut down the channel. I hope nothing happens over the course of the next day. I hope when I come back on Thursday, the channel is still here and we can do business as usual. All right? In fact, I'm not even going to do a daily wrap today. What's the point? This is going to be my video.
He does a daily wrap?
Because there's really nothing else to talk about. This is more important than anything. So I'll let you know. Please, again, on Twitter if I have to, right? Or on the other channels if I have to. Hopefully YouTube didn't lie to me and the other channels will still be around to share information with you guys. If not, then we got to do other means. Probably Thursday, completely different. You know, we were going to do Street Fighter 6 demo. Maybe we're not. Maybe I do a random Twitch stream and we see what happens, right? Or I investigate, I talk with you guys on a stream somewhere else and we talk about other options. Again, I don't want to leave YouTube. I love this place. The community we built here is great and amazing and chill. It's unfair that I'm being treated like this, or anyone would be treated like this. It's not fair at all. But it's YouTube's problem to fix this, and they will not help. They've outright refused. They told me to get a lawyer, basically. So that's what I'm working on, okay? All right, guys? Thank you for listening. Hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing further happens. But yeah, this channel is very much at risk, and it might disappear in the next 24 to 48 hours before I even have a chance to come back. Hopefully not. I hope I can still be here for you guys this coming Thursday and make content like usual. We'll hope for the best. Okay, guys? All right, thank you all for watching. And I'm going to have a day off tomorrow like I was supposed to. And I hope to see you all on Thursday. Sound good? Thank you all.
Sounds good.
Be safe. Hopefully see you soon. And if not, you'll know where to go. Twitter, Twitch. In the meantime, until we figure something else out. All right, guys? Thank you. Have a good night.
I never really imagined that the copyright saga would have reached its conclusion, but due to the fact that this is Phil that we're talking about.
12 hours ago. DSP faces karma while maintaining his innocence. Wait, what happened?
Things like this is never going to end anytime soon. Like I mentioned, and also miseries of business. It's my detractors, guys. I'm the victor. They can all go sucking dick or something. I don't know, but I won. Doing victory laps around his house and then passing out. Mentioned before.
You're about CGP grade copyright striking belonging through history.
Welcome.
No.
Thank you.
I'm Tia.
Julian.
Julie.
Here's how I make sure my partner doesn't break up with me. I made a video of occasional knocking sounds under a black screen, and I airplay this onto our TV in the living room every night when we go to bed. When my partner says something about it, I pause the video and act like they're crazy. Hello? There's nothing out there. Just being crazy. This makes the person feel isolated and alone in their suffering, while painting me as a rational savior so they're less likely to break up with me.
Wow.
Julian. Okay.
Why do you keep saying you're super good faith with Vosh while also making a lot of highly personal texts towards him, like saying he's lying about his autism and his sexuality? First of all, I think I've only said that about him like 2 or 3 times. But when I mean I'm good faith towards him, I mean I'm generally good faith towards evaluating his arguments and not calling him like a fucking pedophile like 90% of people do. I don't know about his autism and the sexuality thing. I'm not sure how much I buy that, but hey.
Nice to meet
I don't think that's relevant much to any of like the political arguments or anything he makes.
you. How many kids do you have?
I have one.
Okay.
Name's Una. She's 2.
Una, I love that. Okay, what happened, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a little complicated.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure how, so...
You get, like, whatever you feel comfortable. This is a safe space.
She's a dog. Why'd you reject me?
It is, like, maybe the dog, that's...
Yeah.
You can put it in a cage, but you can't put kids in
Exactly,
cages.
that's the advantage to having a dog. If she acts bad, you know, she puts in the cage, she cries for a couple minutes.
Wait, I'm so confused. Wait, what happened? Hold on.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Tia.
Julian.
Julian. Okay, nice to meet you. How many kids do you have?
I have one.
Okay.
Name's Una. She's 2.
Una, I love that. Okay, what happened, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a little complicated.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure how, so...
You get, like, whatever you feel comfortable. This is a safe space.
Julian.
Julian. Okay, nice to meet you. How many kids do you have?
I have one.
Okay.
Name's Una. She's 2.
Una, I love that. Okay, what happened, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a little...
I don't understand. What does she mean? What happened? Oh, I'm so confused. I don't understand. I have a kid. What happened? Is she saying what happened with the relationship? Why are you no longer with the mom? Or...
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Tia.
Julian.
Julian. Okay, nice to meet you. How many...
Okay, because he's single. Okay. I guess it's a dating show. That's a hyper autistic question to ask right off the bat. But maybe that's like the purpose of the show. That's, I guess.
kids
Okay.
do you have?
I have one.
Okay.
Name's Una. She's 2.
Una, I love that. Okay, what happened, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a little complicated.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure how, so...
You get, like, whatever you feel comfortable. This is a safe space.
Thanks, D-Master.
She's
Oh,
a
no.
dog.
Wait, I don't understand. So then why did she... I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm having an autism attack right now.
Why'd you reject
Oh, because he's not a real single parent because it's a dog?
me?
It is, like, maybe the dog, that's...
Yeah.
You can put it in a cage, but you can't put kids in
Exactly,
cages.
that's the advantage to having a dog. If she acts bad, you know, she puts in the cage, she cries for a couple minutes.
Don't ever have kids.
Don't have kids.
Don't have kids.
Don't have kids.
That is some of the darkest shit I had. And I don't know if this motherfucker's joking.
Hey, Steven.
Don't have kids.
Good job with the content recently.
Not with that haircut and that fucking... Yeah. You can just put her in a cage and when she's crying, you can ignore her.
You know what he
Maybe
look-
you throw her a bone, but she doesn't need much to make her happy.
You know what he looked like? The creepy version of Serge Tankian.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't really look like him. I thought it was the same nigga for some time.
Yeah,
dang.
he looked like him. Conversion, software version 7.0. Looking at life.
Rich.
Rich?
Yes.
Okay, Rich. I'm Tia.
Tia, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How many kids?
1.
Okay.
So I feel like that adds, for me at least,
Yeah.
10 years to my life.
This is a single... Oh, okay, this is single parents edition. I was like, why do you keep asking about motherfucking kids? Single parents try the bun for the first time. Okay, cool.
and his kid was a dog, if you
Yeah, I don't understand.
You're not one of us.
Yeah.
You're not. Get the fuck out. Chuck that.
Oh, yeah, 30 in dog years.
30 in dog years.
How
exactly.
old?
He's 2.5. How about your kid?
I have 2 boys,
Two
10
boys?
and about to be 7, so 7. What are you looking for?
I want something serious. I'm over the whole messing around thing.
Something about a man saying I want something serious and he's wearing a beanie that I just can't take seriously.
True. A little. Kind of
Bro,
true.
you haven't even accepted your baldness. How you gonna accept someone else's child? Like, you're not even ready for this.
I understand.
How you gonna be ready for a whole baby? Yeah.
A whole ass baby.
How old are you?
I'm 25. You?
Okay, I am 35.
Oh!
And guys, if you're balding, shit not easy, but wearing a beanie ain't it.
It's not.
Because women already look at you suspiciously because, like, why is this guy always wearing a beanie? What is he really hiding? And more, you're not okay with what you got going on.
You smell like head.
What?
Yeah, not head, but head. Just actual head.
Okay.
You know, when people wear the cap and they just wear...
Okay, if we're gonna be shallow, I don't want to sound like an asshole, okay? But I'm about to sound like an asshole. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Dog years.
30 in dog.
You're a pretty big boy. You've got a beanie on, so you're probably balding. You've got a beanie on, so you probably don't have the best of jobs. And you've got a beanie on, so you probably don't make a lot of money. This girl's super cute. Yeah, she's a bit older than you, but what are you waiting for, bro? What are you doing, bro? Damn, to like axe her right there on the age thing just seems like, again, like I'm just saying Lil Bro's options might be a little bit limited, okay?
Be ready for a whole baby? Yeah.
A whole ass baby.
How old are you?
And guys, because women already look at you suspiciously. Why not?
You smell like head.
What?
Yeah, not head, but head. Just actual head.
Okay.
You know, when people wear the cap and they just wear the cap and that's the only thing they wear and they sweat in that bitch and take that shit up and it smells like head.
Okay. All right.
Not, but you know what I mean.
I'm Taisita.
I'm rich.
You can be me.
He's like, don't say the N-word, don't say the N-word, don't say... I'm just kidding, that's a Call of Duty player right there. I'm just kidding.
I'm Taisita as well. That's also my name.
He recently started to do stand-up comedy.
Oh.
Okay, so you think you're funny?
Oh, let's hear a joke.
Every girl says that.
You think you're funny? Tell me a joke.
Yep, here it comes. Here it
Every
comes.
girl says
I know I'm funny.
Okay, let me see it.
With the whole head gesture.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see it.
Here we go. Here we
That's
go.
like when I say I can dance and people like bust a move. I'm like, bitch, I look like a goddamn monkey.
What do you do? I work in a bank. Open an account. I can't. Like, it's not the proper time. Exactly, bitch.
You have a go-to joke?
I have this one about like how I've only been single.
Okay, if you gotta explain a joke, oftentimes it's always gonna come out funky as hell.
When you explain the joke, it's exactly like dissecting a frog. You understand the joke, but the frog dies.
Yes.
2 years. That's me and the mother of my child.
Did you leave her while she was going through postpartum or something?
No. We separated after he was born. She didn't want to be around me. So, I mean, it's a high school sweetheart thing. You just don't mesh after a while.
I do respect her.
Hey, I got respect for her too.
You better?
Yeah, of course. You gotta respect the baby mama. I mean, it's just like you're a high school sweetheart. You've been together for 6 years. COVID hit. We were forced to spend time with each other, and we were like, hey.
I actually don't like you.
You don't.
But not because you're a bad person. But
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Do you struggle with honesty and transparency?
Not at all. Not at all.
Why you gotta call her baby mama though?
Honestly.
Wait, what? What?
It's just like you're a high school sweetheart. You've been together for 6 years. COVID hit. We were forced to spend time with each other, and we were like, hey.
I actually don't like you.
You don't.
But not because you're a bad
I feel like they're editing up a bit. Am I missing something? Or am I just having an autism moment?
Okay, that's fine.
Do you struggle with honesty and transparency?
Not at all. Not at all.
Why you gotta call her baby mama though?
Honestly.
This bro's tripping.
She said, I don't like you?
She said, I don't like you. But she not said why. She's like, do you struggle with honesty and transparency? And she said, why do you call her baby mama? Boo-boo, if you got issues with your baby daddy, that's between you and him. Don't be fucking projecting that on anybody else within a relationship. Yeah, but she's projecting. Whatever she got going on,
that was,
she said, this man is a saint.
When someone does a switch like that, it's something that you said, but it's more about how they interpret it and their experience of what you said. But yeah, that's a switch up.
I don't even think it's
That's
that.
weird.
I don't even think it's that. You want to think of this?
Uh-oh.
She wasn't attracted to him, so she was working back from her conclusion. She already wasn't into him.
Sure.
Now she just finding reasons.
Sure.
Because if
Also.
Mans was mad attractive, she wouldn't be acting like this.
She'd be like, why you call it a baby mama?
Yeah.
Honestly, on my phone, she is mother of my son.
Good. Okay. But where's the joke?
Well, you told me the right. Okay.
Oh, hell no. The man was in the setup. You interrupted him.
Oh,
Said
man.
some rude shit about you don't like him, and you still want him to render you a service. Disrespectful ass bitch.
Don't be talking down on black women like that.
Hey, I'll say that to any woman who being a bitch. And I very guarantee you there's black women watching right now like, nah, she's being a bitch. I guarantee you. Yeah. It's not because it's a black woman that you can't say it. If she doing it, she doing it.
You
I
know-
just don't do it unfairly. She earned that one.
You know exactly what I said and why I said it.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I said.
because
and why.
I've been single for 2 years. I mean,
I'm digging the tags.
Appreciate it.
See, you have one on your head.
Yes, it's a crown because my mama raised a king.
That's a stereotype.
This is a whole episode about single parents, and you look at some of them and you're like, I can see why you're a single parent.
Does she say the same?
She would. She actually passed away a few years ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. You got kids, right?
Yes, I have one.
How old is he?
Yes, he's 4.5. What about you?
I actually am raising my little sister, balancing like the father-daughter relationship with the
Aw.
brother-sister relationship. We're in
Uh-oh.
it together, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I love her to death. That's my best friend.
Oh, I love to hear that.
Tell each other why someone shouldn't date you.
You go first.
Okay, for one, I think everything's a sign.
Okay,
I also
okay.
love astrology.
Okay. Love astrology. Think everything's a sign. Yikes.
You love signs, you got all these signals from the world, but you couldn't afford being a single parent. Okay, is the astrology not working out for your ass? What happened? Venus in retrograde couldn't tell you about to be goofing around by yourself? 95% of the people I dislike like astrology for some reason. And then the other 5% are Ethan Klein. So we're doing pretty good percentages.
Why?
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra, Aries moon, Taurus
Okay.
rising.
My last relationship was with a Libra, and so.
What's your sign?
Bitch Sudoku'd herself. Hell yeah.
I'm a Cancer.
It's okay, baby. You're traumatized. Nadia, what's your name?
Nadia, Keyshawn.
Keyshawn, nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
you're attractive. Yeah.
Likewise.
I think you're hella cool. We obviously have hella in common, but I always feel like to want to go on a date with someone, I need to be like, walk in a room like, I'm with that bitch right there.
Oh my god. He's saying she's ugly. Bro. And meanwhile, this guy looks like if you walked into a bar and you're like, I'm with that dude right there, like half the gang members in LA would fucking shoot you. Damn.
UGLY, you ain't got no alibi. You ugly. That's what he
She
called
said,
you.
I'm with that bitch over there. She said, what did you say?
Who
wants to be that girl?
What did you not call me?
Yeah. what did you say about the hypothetical woman that I am not? Nasty.
Yikes.
What did you call the bitch that don't exist right now?
And that is not me, but it could have been me if I was that bitch.
Brittany, I have a 7-year-old. My daughter, she's great.
What's your relationship like with her dad?
We actually have a really good relationship.
Ask Brittany why her and her baby daddy are not together.
Why are you and your baby daddy not together?
Because we're cousins.
He got a small dong.
We just didn't work. He cheated a lot.
Okay.
Why you so happy?
I don't know why.
About a motherfucker cheating.
I just happy, I guess, right? Not about her trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got the face of someone who got cheated.
What?
Why me?
Wow, the guys are skipping all of the video.
Damn, you're gorgeous.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
crazy. That's crazy.
What? I thank you.
So what brings you?
Hey, we got some black
This
love on the
motherfucker, hey,
table.
this motherfucker smooth as fuck.
Hey.
This mother, hey.
My Pan-African brothers,
The guy
we
on the
love to
left?
see it. When a black queen and a black king come together, they create an empire. Forget a kingdom. This is a chance for Zulu Nation to stand again, my brothers. We don't want no snow bunnies, no Latin mafia dealing, taco selling brothers.
Calm the fuck down with that
We
shit.
don't want no gypsy wandering people.
You can't say gypsy no more.
We don't want no kung fu having Asians.
You can't call them kung fu having Asians.
We want that Wakandan, African, Pan-African, Egyptian origin love.
Wakanda don't exist. What the fuck are you doing?
And this is the genesis, because the highest level of loyalty that you
He's
can
axing
show
her
as
immediately.
a black person to the black struggle is to start a black family. That's why I don't want none of you race traders leaving comments below talking about interracial. Listen, mutts.
Mutts?
Listen, half-breeds.
Half-breed.
Listen, mismatch, crisscross. Don't know where to fucking go when you cross the street.
What are you talking about, man? You wildin'. You shut the y'all calm the fuck down.
Sorry.
Mishmash, crisscross. Don't know where the fuck you're going when you crossing the street. Are you high?
Because on one street, there's the black people.
I know what you meant. Fuck out of here.
If you think about it, though, that's what mixed people are.
No,
because there's white people on one side, there's black people on the other side, and they don't know where to go. So they're just walking around the street till they get hit by a car by themselves. This is just my impression of Dr. Uma. I enjoy doing it.
Ask Xavier if he's ever introduced someone to his kid.
Have you ever introduced anyone you're dating to your children?
No, you can break my heart, but you break his heart.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a different story.
That's one of my deal breakers. Like if you
Wait, does he look a little bit like the thinner, younger brother of who's the actor with the last name Washington? Who am I thinking of? The Tenet guy. He's been in a ton of movies. He was on The Wire too. Oh wait, is it David Washington Tennant? Is that the guy's name? Oh, John David Washington. A little bit. He could be like his slightly thinner younger brother. A little bit.
ever introduced anyone you're dating to your children?
No, you can break my heart.
Younger gay brother.
You break his heart.
Oh,
A little
That's a
bit.
different
Oh
story.
yeah,
That's one of
absolutely.
my deal breakers. Like, if you want to
Absolutely.
meet my daughter too soon, I feel like that's a little odd. So I normally don't introduce people before.
Not in The Wire? Oh no, true, he wasn't in The Wire. What was the name of the Wait, is this not the guy in The Wire? What's the name of the boxing dude in The Wire? The guy who used to be Oh no, it's not him. Oh, Chad Coleman. Different actor, just kidding. Close enough.
For like 5 months.
Right. This is incredibly healthy and respectable. Like, these are all very good things that I think parents should do. Being reluctant to invite the child around the other person. Like, these are good. I don't know. Just sometimes good to highlight when people are saying stuff that I think is not just logical, but very healthy.
You seem to be vibing. I'm gonna light up red, and if you don't press me, I think we'll send you to on another date.
I'm not hitting, so.
I'm not either.
Go ahead. Go ahead. It's a pretty color, though.
Hit it. Oh my god, smack it.
Congratulations.
Oh, fuck.
You two are going on another date together.
Awesome.
Cindiana. My dark purple African sister, you have found yourself your king. We love to see it. We love to see it. We love to see it. Winter has passed. Spring has come. It's time for that African summer. Good. It's okay. You don't need to be ashamed of the snow bunnies. Come back. There's room and a chance for you to get redemption, my brother.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm just fucking. Love who you want to love, do what you want to do.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Julian.
Do you have kids?
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say Denzel. With yikes.
No.
2.
Oh, nice. I have 3 kids.
We're not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. 3 kids? Just look at dog.
I mostly DJ.
So is your 2-year-old like listening to music? And
She
stuff,
likes,
or-
yeah, she likes the bass.
My God, when she's gonna find out it's a whole ass dog, she gonna feel like she's been led on, and that's where she's gonna press that shit.
Yeah, he went from cafeteria.
Wait, is it the same guy?
Facebook
Why
to
is
DJ.
why is the dog guy here
My
again?
man's trying to improve.
Or trying to make ends meet.
It's amazing how quickly they develop like a taste and like a certain kind of music they like.
Yeah.
He's gonna hide it the whole time? Oh!
Of course. You know why she's looking at that? She says, I got 3 kids. My standards are low. But they ain't that low.
What if they're talking about dogs?
She said, hey man, listen, I'm willing to struggle, but not this much.
There's limits.
Hey,
There are limits.
Hey, ladies, you deserve better. Definitely better than that.
Ben.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, good to meet you.
So you got any kids?
I have 1 daughter. She'll be 9 next month.
Nice.
All right.
I
Got
have
Kid
one
Rock
that'll
over here.
be 9 in April.
All right,
That's
on.
my youngest. I have a 13, and then my oldest is non-binary, and they are going to be 17 in May, which is
Bro, he's about to take off in his F-150 Chevy Silverado. Get me out of here.
such a trip.
My daughter, we went camping this
Oh.
last summer. We're at Walmart getting supplies.
Wait.
She sees this pride hat. She's like, I want this hat. I'm like, what is
He does have the nose ring. Okay, never mind. Maybe I judged early.
this?
Mm-hmm.
And she like went to explain, it's like, oh, people can be who they want to be, love who they want to love. It's just what it is. And I was like, okay, you can have the hat, like you understand it. And then
Kids are so much more open and accepting to that kind of thing.
yeah, I grew up in a religious family, so it was very like shunned upon. You're going to hell. You're gonna burn if you think this way and all that stuff.
Have your parents changed over time, or like, and become more accepting, or?
Is this the first episode of The Bun? We're about to get 2 couples? Because like the chemistry is off the charts with these 2.
Shit. Did you guys have to move? Well, that's lucky. I have a good relationship with my dad now, but unfortunately my mom isn't in my
Oh,
life
man.
anymore. So
What are you 2 looking for?
I'm looking for somebody to like wants to hang out. I work and I'm constantly doing a lot, so I'm not looking to be like constantly going.
Yeah, I'd say I'm very similar. Looking for someone kind of fun times to do things with the kids. We like to go mushroom hunting.
That's awesome.
We like to go, we do a lot of swimming. She just got into like gaming. I got her own PlayStation
Nice.
and her own headset, her own gamer tag.
She hits it. I'm an Xbox kid. Sorry, Sony boy. Hit the curb.
Are you 2 interested in going on another date?
Oh my god.
I'd be willing to, yeah.
No, come on.
Congratulations, You 2 have earned yourself a...
Cringe.
That is crazy. 2 in 1 episode. Hey, I just want to say, for all the shtick that single parents get, it's cool to see them be the most reasonable ones when it comes to dating. Maybe life humbles them, kids, and you start to realize what really matters in life. But it's interesting that oftentimes with single people, you'll get like 2-3 episodes, nobody matches.
The thing that happened is that they're tired.
Go on.
They tired.
Let me get-
They got other shit.
Hold on, I need some water. Fuck. This one would be so annoying. Yeah, well, it's storming outside, okay?
They got other shit.
Yeah.
There's other shit to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they seen being around the world. Yeah. They've been to the ups and downs, the lows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're like, okay.
Yeah.
That chuck all the non-important stuff.
Yeah.
Let me get to the real things. You know what I mean?
I just want to say, shout out to single parents right now, because y'all taking a big old W.
Yeah.
Because
Big old dub.
when it comes to the dating landscape and everybody being crazy and ridiculous, you're seeing these 2 episodes where people are meeting, they're taking the time to get to know each other, and they're open.
Cringe.
That's awesome.
Cringe.
So good for them.
That was good.
That was really good.
That was good.
So I got to give it to the cut. I got to give it to the people who showed up. So that's it. Anything you want to say?
No.
Time for an update on that story we did on that dude who got blasted after pranking someone at the mall.
Okay, hold on. I gotta listen to this guy glazing in front of 15 minutes. Then we'll watch D-Back.
Obviously, there's lazy conservatives. I've known a few. On the other hand, there's the kind of liberal, the more leftist mindset, which is so much more around like, why are we even talking about you as an individual? The system's so fucked. And because these two ideologies have been exaggerated over time with people having it in their best interest to double down, to push them further away from looking anything like the other side, because of that, now you have these two ways of looking at life that by themselves aren't complete and by themselves have massive fucking pitfalls. And that is a really big problem. He says something in this interview about leftism, progressivism, not really going out of its way to endow people with the tools. He talks about the factors that insulate him. He talks about the factors that have set him up for success, that he learned how to cope, how to deal, strategies that he uses to overcome hard shit.
Like a gamer.
That's kind of an honest complaint. If you are on the progressive side and you're struggling, what tools have they given you right now to be able to cope? It's like, okay, the situation's shitty. Abso-fucking-lutely. But what can I do about it right now? Because I have to put food on the table. I'm stressed. I'm working 2 jobs. I have kids to feed, and everything's difficult. I'm neck deep in debt from medical bills. It's like, what do I do now? And because things are hard doesn't mean that there aren't solutions. But those have to come from 2 different people. It's kind of like having, mom is over here to pat you on the back and tell you it's not your fault, and then dad's over here to kick you in the ass and tell you to stop being a lazy piece of shit. And by themselves, that leads to a lot of dysfunction. But together, you get something that kind of looks like a well-rounded view of life. I also like the discussion about expectations in the gym, because that's huge. God, I made the mistake of tuning in to watch one of his live streams where he was programming in real time.
Oh, no.
And poor Destiny does the exact right thing. For somebody who's sedentary, for somebody who just needs to spend a minimum amount of time chipping away and getting better to see progress, who isn't going to spend 3 fucking hours in the gym, he's doing something really, really straightforward. He's doing a linear progression. It's kind of...
Oh my God. Unbelievable. Gym flares in shambles. Gym flares in shambles right now.
I'm inspired by starting strength, just focusing on compound lifts, just focusing on the progression. And that's exactly what he should be doing. And he's seeing a lot of progress so far. But watching him do that in real time with his chat, responding to his chat, gave me so much fucking anxiety, because I know what those comments are. And it's people telling him, why aren't you doing more volume? Why aren't you doing core? Why aren't you doing this exercise? Why aren't you doing everything that you literally aren't doing right now? Why aren't you just doing everything? And with expectations, it's easy in his position to see how everybody's growing, what everybody's telling him to do, to hear all of this shit and think that there is some voodoo out there that if you just put the right amount of shit together, you're going to be the next big thing, the next Rock, the next Mike O'Hearn. And with expectations, it is extraordinarily important that you understand that there are things that you can control. There are ways to establish your program.
This guy, the funniest thing is this guy DM'd me the other day. And he told me, it's so crazy, because I didn't know this guy's actually a fan of my stream. He basically told me that some of the worst not safe for work he's ever seen in his life is posted by, he said, a guy named Gojo in my chat. He didn't even know he didn't even know him or anything, but it was so funny that he brought that up out of nowhere. I was like, everybody in my chat agrees. It's usually just still pictures of anime girls not even getting fucked in their hentai pictures. Just literally just still pictures of anime girls.
To fit your lifestyle, as in not needing to spend all that time in the gym, not needing to do every exercise under the sun, that if you start small, set a baseline, and you focus on progression, you're going to improve. And it's not about taking this quantum leap to being the fucking best in the world. It's going to get a movie contract because you're so fucking jacked. It's like, yeah, eventually if you want to get more and more and more specialized so you're super dick skin shredded, absolutely, that's fucking great. But for the average person, you need to look at that level, at that strata, and figure out how you can move within that. And as you get to the top, then it's time to reevaluate and try some new things. So I think the analogy of sports, of gaming, and of gym time, I can't think of an any more useful approach of where to take these principles and meld them together.
One of the other things, again, that I've been thinking about is how this relates to people's lack of capacity or desire or motivation to deal with difficulty or suffering or any kind of, like, anything that requires you to push through hard stuff.
Yeah, there are 2 concepts called stress and eustress, where
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so glad a friend taught me this like 2 years ago. I never heard of this before. It was really one thing that's really difficult for me is I love stress. It is very empowering to me. When I'm in stressful situations, I feel like I'm alive. Okay. When people are gunning for my career, writing big things, accusing me of shit, it's very fun for me to navigate those things. It's like, oh fuck. There's stress, which is bad for you. Physiologically, it's a horrible thing. It causes a lot of negative. And then there's something called eustress, which is similar to where you're stressed. But the difference is for eustress is when you're going through stressful things, but you feel like you've got tools to deal with it. And stress is when you feel helpless. And despite how weird my upbringing is in my life, whatever, I've never felt helpless. I've always felt like if something is fucked, I'm the only person who's going to do anything about it. I have to do something. We'll figure it out. You know, I'm going to have to work fucking 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, but we'll do something, you know? So for me, stressful situations are like, okay, it's challenging, but like I got to work my way through it. But when kids don't have the ability to learn how to manage or deal with stressful environments, then stress becomes this like horrific, all-encompassing like blanket of darkness that falls on you, and you're like, fuck, I can't do anything, I'm paralyzed, I don't know what to do, like there's so much, and like they have no idea how to deal with any of the adversity. So yeah, I agree that like people today, like if the adversity is not plowed out of their way, they basically turn into these like helpless frumps of nothing that like, can't deal with anything.
Now, again, remember, we're talking about strategy. So the strategy of living a good life, of showing that you can finish what you start and that you can make forward momentum in your life, a big part of that is being able to be durable, being able to insulate yourself from hard things. And this characterization of stress versus eustress, it's not just a useful way of thinking about it, it's an essential way, because all stress isn't the same. I know it's memeable, but Jordan Peterson's discussion about the lobsters in 12 Rules for Life, he talks about life at the bottom of the ocean, when you're low on the totem pole, when food and resources are scarce, mating opportunities are scarce, that your fucking stress levels are through the roof, and it is an absolutely miserable experience. And anybody who can relate to that in their own life knows what it feels like. You can't be effective, you can't think right, it's just pure hostility. Stress by itself will absolutely fucking kill you. The difference between that and eustress, the stress that makes you better, is the tools. Like you said, it's the tools you have. Like, can I attack this thing? And not only is that something that you can survive, but it actually makes you better because you become better and better and better at using those tools to solve those problems until it's something that doesn't even phase you. And that's how you turn yourself into an absolute monster. I mean, I can cite Anti-Fragile. That was an absolutely great book, and it described things that are fragile, which break easily. The opposite of that isn't just things that are durable. It's things that actively grow from stress. So what would break something else actually causes this other thing to grow. And there's systems you can describe that way. There's organisms you can describe that way. The human body, like bones in the human body, without stress, they atrophy and decay. With stress, they thicken, they get bigger and stronger. So being able to look at things through that perspective is absolutely huge. It's a game changer once it clicks. And that forces you to look at things from the perspective of, what are my tools? What can I do to get a leg up on this? And this also shows how important it is to come from a culture or to live in a household where these things are instilled in you at a very early age. Destiny has very conservative parents, and I think that influenced him quite a bit. The community he grew up in, I think he's from Nebraska. And you see the dynamic between these like more rural areas and more like city areas where there's
rural.
More
Okay, I grew up in Omaha. Chill, buddy.
There's a reason that they skew more conservative or Democrat, because in really rural areas, you're more likely to have people who live off the land, people who farm, people who work with their hands, people who have to provide for themselves, because most of the business is small business. And it's people that are working for mom and dad's shop. It's people that are working on the ranch. And you have to have that very individualistic, high standard in order to really be as productive as you need to be for the community as a whole to thrive. Whereas if you live in the city and everything's based off structures, that everything's going to city council meetings and dealing with local politics, because that dictates, everything from schools and public transit to, the roads getting fixed and all of the social programs that attempt to keep people afloat. It's very easy to see that more as a machine that has to be well-oiled than as some conglomeration of individuals doing the best they can. So that kind of explains, in my opinion, why you get this different lean on agency versus the system between kind of leftist and more right-centered perspectives. And again, I think they're both extremely important.
What current dating optimizes for, though? It optimizes for those easily displayable objective metrics of success. It's the Rolex on your Tinder profile. It's the number of followers that you've got. It's the blue tick. It's the car. It's the size of the boobs. It's a lit filler, etc., etc.
Yeah. And for fucking men today, it's fucking TRT. It is. I think guys are heading towards a world where we're finally going to start to see how negative social media can affect you in the way that has been affecting women for so long. Okay?
Why?
Because all these motherfuckers now, okay? All these guys.
True.
99% of fitness influencers are on fucking gear. And TRT counts as gear now, okay? Every motherfucker does. I've seen so many videos, so many things where guys are like, oh, these are like my 6-month results for like lifting or whatever. And these guys are like, they're lean as fuck. They're getting huge. And it's like, oh, like I'm 27 lifting for the first time in 5 months. This is my, like, bro, really?
So why is that? What's that got to do with the female impact of social?
Oh, because I think for women, I think women see like a whole bunch of like, this is what women should look like. You should be this and that. And like everybody's using like filters and lip filler and
but TRT is the
for guys. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be next thing. Like, oh, well, if you're a guy and you've been lifting for 6 months, you should look like this. And it's like, no shot. Yeah,
interesting.
And I've seen more and more of those like pop up everywhere now, where it's almost like, and because TRT is so accessible these days.
Have you ever had your levels done? Have you ever checked what your tests are?
They're very low.
What do you think?
The last time I checked is 308.
Wow, that is low.
Yeah,
yeah, that's like nearly
Thanks,
subclinical.
Chris.
I think. Like you.
It's like I've heard the range is anywhere from 300 to 1,000.
So
or
you've got 8. You're playing with 8.
Yeah, or 350 to 1,000. So I'm already below it. But I don't have any of the symptoms of low T. So like, yeah, I'm in the gym. I'm doing my best. But yeah,
well played.
And there you see Destiny start to move towards the black pill, because that's one of the things. Well, the system is fucked because, you know, TRT. And he finishes strong. He says, hey, I'm still in the gym, still doing my thing. That's fine. But you see it even in him. You know, once you start training, you start looking at your own body, you start evaluating yourself against everybody else. All of a sudden, that it doesn't really matter what your political ideologies are. Very few people can help themselves from turning the lens to kind of look at, well, what's that motherfucker doing over there? Why is he having a better time than me? And that's absolutely funny. I don't disagree with his statement necessarily. I think because he's new to it and TRT is kind of more recently starting to be a popular thing, that he's attributing that to this big upswing. I don't think so. Men aren't going to see a radical change in their physique in the future, more so, and men as a whole, as a group, aren't going to see these radical changes more than we've.
I feel like we kind of have. I feel like a while ago, I'm trying to think. Sometimes I feel like there were two like bodybuilders. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger and maybe Sylvester Stallone. But then I feel like what used to be the traditional like strong guy on TV in like the 90s and 2000s, we'd almost call like a strong dad bod today. Maybe? If I think of like what Bruce Willis used to look like in The Fifth Element, maybe, or in like The Sixth Sense. Like this was, I'm pretty sure if I can remember my references right. Like this would be considered like, these are like the strong guy kind of looking dudes. They're not even close to shredded, but they're not bodybuilders. But I feel like this was kind of like standard action movie star kind of sort of looked like this. Or Brad Pitt and Troy. Now Brad Pitt, I don't think you would ever describe this guy as dad bodding. Okay. But I don't even know if Brad Pitt, for as lean and big as he got, is he anything compared to like the Marvel roid programs? Is he anything compared to like like if you're comparing like these guys? Because I feel like with the Marvel stuff especially, these dudes are huge. They're not just lean. They're lean and huge. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that body image standard has changed pretty significantly over time. Look at Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, sure. It would be interesting to compare, to take the top action movies. Somebody should do that if anybody's bored. They should take like the top action movies of the past like 30 years and then compare like the shirtless guys. Because I really do feel like 20, 30 years ago, the strong guy on TV would almost be called like the dad bod today. Like people are like, oh, that's kind of like he looks like a strong dad bod kind of guy. Like that's what they say, you know? Destiny, that's not a fair comparison because Marvel is literally superheroes. Yeah, but I think that like, well, I was going to say Batman. He's a superhero too, I guess. Who else? What other action movies are there? Keanu Reeves doesn't do it, but he barely does like, no, nothing, for real. This is the best example. Jesus. I'm curious. What is his age in both pictures? Holy fuck. But yeah, this would have been like I feel like this would have been like a strong guy. Like a while ago. Oh yeah, we can even compare Spider-Man's. Dude, fucking, how old is this kid? When this guy took off his shirt in the recent Spider-Man movie, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, how old is Tom Holland? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man wasn't huge, was he? No, not really. Tobey Maguire, he was strong, but I don't think he was like Marvel huge, was he? He was like, he's lean and biggish, right? But I don't think he's quite the Marvel big and the Marvel lean, I don't think, right? Rambo? Well, I said with exception, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger were like the bodybuilder guys. But I want to say, like, aside from those two, I feel like most guys were kind of like dad bodding it. Like big dad bodding, right? Or like think about like, yeah, like the old Batman used to be like George Clooney. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I'm gonna get, that said George Clooney nude. I don't know if there's gonna be nude pictures of him. I don't even know if that exists, but I don't know. Michael Keaton and Batman. Jason Statham. That guy was never like huge, was he? Right? Like huge and lean. Oof, jeez. I'm trying to think of, I don't remember seeing him topless in any of the movies I've seen him in. He might have been. I'm trying to think, like, what would have been an old movie that he was in where he was topless? He was topless in Crank. Jeez, yeah. So this is like, he's like pretty muscular, but like not that. Oh, nude. Jesus, he's all nude. But he doesn't have that.
Hey, Steven,
lean, huge,
are you going to take Nathan to see the new Super Mario Brothers movie or no, little bro?
Probably not. We're definitely going to see the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Already seen. We're not going to see that. First of all, TRT and gear use is different. If you're not working with like 100 milligrams a week because a doctor looked at your test levels, said, oh, you're struggling, and I think it's your low T, here's a script. If that doesn't apply to you, you're not on TRT, you're on recreational testosterone use, that's called gear. One of my biggest pet peeves, you can talk about fake nannies.
I'm so curious. Maybe my experience was just radically different. I'm curious what this guy would say, what other people say. Why is this bottle leaking? When I went to a male clinic and all they did was a blood test for me. This was like fucking 7 years ago. I went to a male clinic. All they did was they ran a blood test. I think he asked me one question. He said, do you ever feel tired? And I was like, I don't know. Sometimes, depends how much I slept. And then he said that they could give me like either a pellet or injections that would put my T over 900, I think. That's what he told me. That feels to me like you're basically just like, they're basically on gear. I don't know. But I wonder, what do anabolic steroids, like if you're on like Tren or Clen or whatever the fuck, or I don't know the other ones, the common cycles that people do. Like, what are your levels normally when you're on that shit? I'm like, Jesus. 900 is still within reference range? Yeah, but that's for something that's naturally in like around like 350 or 320, like what is your, that feels like it would be a significant increase. Let's put you around 2,000, 2K. What is average? Reference range is anywhere from 300 to 350 to 900 to 1,000. Like, there's a huge reference range for... Tren and Anavar will lower your T. Usually you take T alongside stuff like that. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I'd have to research, but I don't know fuck all about actual steroids.
That's all you want. I hate all the people that religiously cite TRT as their mode of hormone use when they don't need it.
Do you think Jim Ruckus is being impacted by natural T? So from what I saw, the one thing that I think Hillshark sent me a long video where a couple people talk about it. The thing that I saw is I'm pretty sure that as long as you're in the reference range for testosterone, people higher in the range will have a higher starting amount of muscle, and they tend to be a bit leaner. So you will naturally carry a little bit more muscle, naturally carry a little bit less fat. But as long as you're working through stuff in the gym, you should be able to linear progress, even if you start at the bottom of the reference range or the top of the reference range. But if you continue on, because muscle mass is added, I think like as a percentage of muscle mass, like people with higher T have a higher foundation, so of course they're going to grow a little bit faster, but you can still grow along any end. Like linearly, you can still grow. You just it shouldn't be that big of a deal, other than you'll probably start off weaker and probably a little bit more fat, I think, with lower testosterone.
It's over the limit. You'll hear guys say, oh, yeah, I'm only on 300. That's not a lot. And in powerlifting circles, bodybuilding circles, that's not a lot. It's still like triple of what somebody's going to be using if they're getting a script for it. Also, TRT by itself, if it is TRT, is not going to necessarily lead people to have dramatically different physiques. I know a lot of people that use tests recreationally that look like shit. If you have a genetic responder who responds very well, they take gear and they just, even a little bit, just they absolutely explode. Those are people that were probably already kind of muscular, kind of lean, and probably already training. So you're not going to see a huge gap. I mean, the damage as far as hormone use in the male population is already done. I only see it exploding if more mainstream figures come out. The Rock is the one I always talk about because everybody's on his ass about being a fake natty. If you want to triple the amount of kids that are on testosterone right now and other drugs, have The Rock come out, give his cycle. That will guarantee that the amount of kids starting with steroid use just absolutely fucking explodes. All the people really concerned about fake natties, remember there's consequences to these actions. Now, when I look at Destiny, and you can look at him.
I mean, there's the consequences to people get BBLs and they die from that surgery, but their motherfuckers are still doing it.
You can be like, well, of course he has low T. And that's the other side of the coin as far as these biases we have. You look at him and you're like, well, you know, he sits at a computer, he games, like, you know, posture, whatever it is, body fat percentage. This is not necessarily the body type of someone with low T. This is a body type of somebody who's just been sedentary for a long time. True. Sitting in a chair for 10 hours a day streaming, spending 8 hours a night laying down sleeping,
somebody, as long as you're within reference ranges, somebody that has like 350 T that's been training their whole life is going to be a million times better than somebody with like 900 natural who's sedentary, does nothing. Like you can have, your natural T can be very, very, very high. You can be 900 or 950 and sit and do nothing all day, and you're just going to be a fat fuck who looks out of shape. Like the only way that you have like the massive fucking muscle without training at all is if you're actually on roids, not just having like naturally really high testosterone.
Very few a few hours out of the day on your own 2 feet. That's what it is. And he even says, I don't have symptoms of low T. Testosterone is a very complex thing. So you have guys that have low T that can still perform very well. I routinely cite a member of my gym who was he was overweight. He was a big guy, but his T was under 100. Now the normal range, they'll say anywhere from 200 or 250 up to like 900 or 1,000.
No shot.
That's a range of normal. It's not like, oh, I'm 350, 300, so it's low. It's like, no, you're in the range of normal. Whether or not it's low depends on how your metabolism works, how your body works, and what is normal is going to determine how your body works and how much tests you need to operate normally given all of your other biology. So
you say Zerka's on roids? I'm pretty sure Zerka openly says he's on roids. I don't think he hides that. I think he just says that.
He doesn't have symptoms of low T. He has symptoms of being a lazy shit for so many years, and now he's trying to fix it. So people can read that. You heard Chris. Oh,
okay, I'm not lazy. I choose not to go to the gym. I was working out my brain.
That's really low. It's like, well, everybody.
He's not anywhere he used to be. Oh, okay, maybe.
Test. And even the Chads. Chris probably has natural levels like 600. My levels normally are about 600. But here's the thing: when my levels were absolutely tanked when I went off gear like 2 years ago.
I wonder if they were tanked at like 400 or 300.
6 months later, I lost a bunch of strength, a lot of size. I got kind of fat, so everything kind of inverted a little bit. I was still really fucking strong. When I dieted down and my test levels were higher because I went on a post cycle really late, I was actually a lot weaker then than I was when I was a little bit fatter and had lower test levels. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But the buddy that I knew that was under 100, he had a 450 bench press. So there's also guys that can run a little bit higher, might not necessarily be that strong or that muscular. There's a lot of complex shit that goes into it. Bottom line is somebody being jacked doesn't equal testosterone use. Somebody being fat or weak doesn't equal low testosterone use. There's a lot more complexity to it than that. But bottom line is he's doing what he needs to be doing. He's focused on himself, and more power to him for that. That's what you all should be doing, because being an angry, bitter piece of shit because somebody else opted to go a different route or to push the envelope a little bit more has absolutely fuck all to do with what you do to get bigger and stronger. That is the most important thing to understand. And it's funny because when we talk about social shit and politics, there's an idea that what other people do actually puts tension on these groups that you're worried about. In training, it puts no tension on. In real terms, somebody else taking steroids doesn't put any real tension. I mean, you can start to pull shit out of your ass like expectations and it influences you to do this, that, or the other thing. But anybody can hunker down, look at what they're working with, and take steps, put one foot in front of the other to grind it out until they are satisfied with the results. And then, the real caveat is you're never satisfied with the results. So 20 years later, you're still working through injury and inflammation because you still have severe body dysmorphia. So welcome to the club. Anyways, I really wanted to cover this because I thought this was a really valuable discussion. I think it touched a lot of things that are really important to us in general as human beings and how we navigate our place in society and also how we try to do great things in our life. So So I really thought this was a great talk. So props to Destiny, props to Chris Williamson. This was really good. Hopefully, if you guys respond to this stuff, well, I'll do more of these in the future. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Till next time, this is Bromley. I'll see you.
True. It was a great talk. Absolutely. This is a good. I recommend this guy all of his gym advice.
Today I'm going to talk about a topic that comes up often in discussions around systemic change and individual personal
more
responsibility.
or maybe he disagrees with
I
me.
got
I
an
don't know.
email over the weekend, and this is why I'm even talking about this today. The email said, "Hey David, a Cuban-American streamer Destiny, also known to some in our audience as Stephen Kenneth Destiny Bonnell II, was recently interviewed. And Destiny said..."
People are comparing James Bond bodies, but honestly, I don't even know if this is a fair comparison, because I don't know if this was Craig in Bond form or if this was just Craig at the beach. Because I think Daniel Craig was, I think he was more lean when he was actually, yeah. Well, this might not be leaner. He might just have a pump or better lighting here too, maybe. Because I feel like when he was actually in the James Bond movie that he looked leaner than that, but that, it could have just been that scene is from the movie. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, then it must just be lighting or whatever. Lighting and everything can be super deceptive too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you could do like a montage from like all the fucking from all the Batman movies and then all the James Bond movies, and you can look at the differences. You remember Adam West?
It's not hypocritical to, on the one hand, say, hey, we need these systemic changes, but on the other hand, to encourage people to take responsibility and give advice that tells people individually how to best solve their situation, even if you're not making the systemic change. Now, I haven't been able to find the clip. Doesn't even really matter, because this is a very important topic and I want to talk about it today, because people have said to me, I get emails, you know, when we do
oh, he's not even gonna glaze me. What the fuck?
People call in during live calls with personal finance questions or whatever the case may be. People will write to me, they'll say, David, how can you, in good conscience and in good faith, advise people about how to reduce their own tax liability, for example, or work to reduce your own, but to advocate for higher taxes for some people? Or another example recently that came up, I spoke about funding a 529 college savings account or educational savings account for my baby daughter. And people say, how can you participate in creating a 529 account for your baby daughter while saying a huge problem is that college education is too expensive, there are too many student loans, the stock market is not accessible to everyone, maybe college education should be less important? I'm going to address those specific questions, but let's first set this up properly. Many people on the right, and even some on the left,
why does this stupid thing leak?
There's a hypocrisy.
My shirt is fucking
to
soaked.
Demanding systemic change while encouraging people to take responsibility for their own lives and to do what is best for them in the moment. Some will say, and they say it to me, if you believe in the systemic change, then you should wait for the government to fix the problem.
Do people really say that?
And not bother trying to improve your situation. Others might argue, when you do what is best for you, it actually will delay the systemic solution that you might be calling for. This is a very flawed and sometimes absurd argument. First of all, demanding a systemic change and encouraging individual action are not mutually exclusive. In fact, I would argue they go hand in hand. Imagine we want to see a more equal society. We would like to see the government policy to reduce inequality in society. Well, we need to demand policies that address systemic inequality, like a living wage and affordable housing and universal health care, and we should vote for candidates who will do those things or who say they will do those things. But at the same time, why wouldn't I encourage people to educate themselves about how things are today, how things work today, to improve their skills, to advocate for rights in the marketplace, to take advantage of the tools that are available to them, which they might not even know about, to improve their lives today as we work to elect officials who will make the bigger systemic change. Secondly, for me as a progressive, demanding systemic change is not about giving up personal responsibility. It's about acknowledging, here's all the things I can do, but there is a superstructure, a systemic reality that is above and beyond what I can do. It doesn't mean I don't do the things I can do. It means I understand there's a second layer to it. Some on the right like to say, listen, you want healthcare for all, so that you, David, as a self-employed person, don't have to buy your own health care. That's what I do right now. Sure, maybe. But I'm going to get myself health care because I need health care. It's not really about whether I am getting health care on the marketplace, the healthcare.gov, while saying everybody should get. These are two different things. We're all products of our environment, and our choices are limited by the opportunities and obstacles that exist systemically. But within that, we should still do what we can do to improve our situation. And if we want to empower people to succeed, we should create a society that provides equal opportunity when it comes to education and healthcare and other economic opportunities. Last thing, encouraging individual action also doesn't mean we ignore the systemic inequality. I would argue it's the opposite. When I say to people, here are the actions you can take, I'm empowering them to do that and better set themselves up to challenge the status quo and to demand that change. When we encourage workers to organize and demand better wages and working conditions, we're trying to improve their lives, but we're also trying to make a systemic change that will benefit more than just them. Now let's talk about some of the specifics as they apply to me or people that sometimes call in or whatever the case may be. Let's talk about taxes. I pay every dollar in taxes that I'm legally required to pay. At a systemic level, I think we need higher top tax rates. We should look at taxing capital gains as income. We should eliminate the carried interest loophole. We should shift the tax burden away from the poor, all of these different things. At the individual level, me, David Pakman, just sending more money to the IRS and not taking deductions that are available to me, that's not policy. That's not the way we do it. My policy opinion is the one I just told you, and I vote for elected officials that would put that in place for everyone. At the individual level, I'm not going to pay more tax than I'm legally required to pay. I'm not going to send money to the IRS for no reason. There is no double standard. The problem isn't individual taxpayers. It's the systemic loopholes and tax breaks that let the wealthy and corporations evade taxes. The 529 account for my daughter, I'll do this one. If college costs keep going up, as they have been, by the time my daughter's 18, the colleges I went to would cost over $200,000 a year. That's insane. Can't possibly happen. I spoke to Adam Schiff about this. The student loan industrial complex is a mess. Maybe jobs should not require a college degree, and that'll put downward pressure on the cost of college. Maybe not. But what do I gain by denying my daughter a 529 account that I can start funding today? I will advocate for change, and I will also do what I think gives me the best insurance policy. If she doesn't go to college, or she doesn't need the money from the 529 because we fixed the cost of college or whatever in 18 years, I can change the beneficiary or take the money out and pay the 10% penalty, whatever. Now, to an advice example. If someone came to me and said, I'm struggling, I need to make some more money, or I want to make more money, am I going to rant to them about income inequality, tax loopholes for the rich, and that we should have universal basic income? Those are systemic ideas. I would tell them, have you looked at a side business? Is there a certificate you can get to earn more money at your current job? Is your resume updated? Is there a skill you can monetize? There is not a hypocrisy or double standard between advocating for systemic change and in the meantime, advising people to do what is best for their families. We have a caller who called in and said, I have a trans, my partner is trans or my daughter is trans.
Same thing.
I live in a deep red state. It's getting really ugly. They're passing all this legislation. Systemically, we should work in every state to protect trans people. At the individual level, I said to them, you've got to decide for yourself, do you need to move to a different state if you're able to, in order to do what you think is best for your family right now? Sure, in 20 years, we might effectively protect trans people in whatever state it was they were calling from. But in the immediate, if your family is in danger, I'm going to say, no, you've got to stay there, and of course not, okay? Not a double standard. Let's understand the difference between the systemic and structural and the individual. Apparently, Ben Shapiro believes that localities could or should ban men.
And we will ban men
from wearing women's clothes.
Cool. Wow. Okay, well. The dating show remind me of this meme.
You are so beautiful. What's your sign?
Capricorn Aries.
Oh, I could never.
Never already seen it. Watch this. It reminds me of you.
Nothing is more badass than a pistol shrimp.
Ban if not funny.
We got to celebrate our differences. We got to celebrate our differences. Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo. We got to celebrate our differences.
Okay. This is Vandal Hearts. PlayStation 1, Jesus Christ. Cringe. Looks like a worse version of Final Fantasy Tactics, which is not cringe, but based. Is it legal to do things like this?
Hours after my interview, I got an email from the Daily Wire's internal recruiter with some documents they wanted me to sign. One of these documents was an NDA. Ugh, the dreaded NDA. Non-disclosure agreements are infamous in the entertainment industry, not only for suppressing the free speech of workers in the business, but also holding them financially responsible for any supposed damages perceived by the company. And that's exactly the type of agreement that the Daily Wire served me with. There was a lot of language about keeping confidential information private, your run-of-the-mill NDA stuff, basically. But then, there was this cheeky little line right here. Consultant acknowledges that the unauthorized use or disclosure of company's confidential information would cause company to incur irreparable harm and significant damages, the degree of which may be difficult to ascertain. Accordingly, consultant agrees that company will have the right to obtain immediate equitable relief to enjoin any unauthorized use or disclosure of its confidential information. So what do? I mean, I obviously can't sign this agreement. Or can I? You know, contracts are funny things. If you don't like something in a contract that you're supposed to sign, that's easy. Just delete it. So, I deleted all the language mentioning disclosure in the non-disclosure agreement. The way I see it, from a legal standpoint at least, if they were to, I don't know, sign this contract and then send it back to me without noticing any of the changes I made, that would be really beneficial to my whole right to make this video situation. So you have no idea how excited I was when they did exactly that. Signed it right there. The bottom of the contract that they didn't even read.
Just as a quick heads up for people watching, I'm almost positive that that is illegal. Or not illegal per se, but if somebody sends you a contract to sign and then you change something without telling them and then you ship it back to them, I think generally that doesn't hold up in court. I don't think you can do that. Like if you're like stealthily modifying contracts in bad faith, I'm pretty sure most of the time that won't fly.
Today is the day of the big edit test. I woke up to an email with all the juicy details. The challenge.
Isn't it their job to review the contract though? Like I think generally contract law is not supposed to be like like I know that we meme about it like in business all the time or in movies and shit that you're like stealthily trying to fuck people over or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that a judge wouldn't look favorably upon you saying like, well, I modified the contract and then I sent it back without telling them that I changed a part by deleting language that is obviously like crucial or vital to the contract. Like
edit 2 videos. Feature.
Oh, well, hold on. Someone in chat says, no, it's completely legal. I am a Supreme Court judge. Okay, maybe it is.
The man, the myth, the legend, Ben Shapiro. First, a classic episode of Ben Shapiro Debunked, where Ben smashes liberal ideologies with facts and logic. So which topic will Ben be debunking this week?
Critical race theory is an outgrowth from the 1960s argument made by racial radicals that America's institutions were irrevocably shot through with racism, unfixable and worthy of destruction.
So my first challenge is just a simple debunking critical race theory. How long do they want that in? 3 to 4 hours? Okay. This is definitely worse than I expected.
Ideals laid forth in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were not only not rooted in racism, they were ringing rejections of it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Great. So now that we've debunked critical race theory, now it's time to move on to the second edit. This one's actually an easy one. Ben Shapiro reacts to woke TikToks. Okay, I think I've got something, but I don't know if they're gonna like it.
Huh? Huh.
Stinky.
Well, either way, I don't have much time left, so this is gonna have to do.
Why? Okay, so here a few things.
After the nearly 9-hour edit test, it was clear how, like, an uninformed person who watches Daily Wire content all day could be easily swayed by someone like Ben Shapiro. The brain rot of watching so much Daily Wire content that at a certain point, even if you aren't aligned with their politics, you've talked about it so much and know all the personalities there, and that's exactly what they want. They want to be as common as the New York Times or Netflix or HBO.
I want to be like, how can we be bigger than the New York Times? I think the company...
Destiny, was you? Did I miss myself?
I want to be like...
Common and know all at a certain point, even if you aren't aligned with their politics, you've talked about it so much and know all the personalities there, and that's exactly what they want. They want to be as common as the New York Times or Netflix or HBO.
I want to be like...
Common and know that a person...
Oh, that is me!
After the nearly 9-hour edit test, it was clear how, like, an uninformed person who watches Daily Wire content all day could be easily swayed by someone like Ben Shapiro.
Wait, was this supposed to imply that I'm an uninformed person that is swayed by Ben Shapiro? Is that the implication here?
The brain rot of watching...
What has Ben Shapiro swayed me on? What?
So much Daily Wire content that at a certain point, even if you aren't aligned with their politics, you've talked about it so much and know all the personalities there, and that's exactly what they want. They want to be as common as the New York Times.
I can't drink anything with ice in it.
Or HBO.
I don't know how normal people do this. When you guys go to restaurants and they give you a glass and they fill it with ice and then a drink, how do you guys put it without the ice hitting your mouth and you can't drink anything? How do you guys actually do it? I don't believe that it's possible. I feel like a fucking retard right now. Fuck me.
I want to be like, how can we be bigger than the New York Times? I think the company is very much of that mindset. Our site's set on HBO and Netflix.
It's amazing the amount of hoops that the Daily Wire makes you jump through in order to get a job there. Doing job interviews and edit tests and just emailing back and forth with these people. All for a job that I don't even want. About a week later, I hear back from the recruiter about setting up the final interview. They told me during the first interview that if I made it this far, I'm basically guaranteed an offer. But will it be the $2 million that I set out for? We'll have to wait and see.
So that's the gang for today. So Alex, we're all pretty up to speed, you know, with your work samples, the test, viewed that. Everyone has been able to review your Spark Hire screen, so we definitely got some great background here. But just to kick things off, you've been with previously some companies that are definitely more left-leaning. And I know, and sorry I haven't gotten back to you on this, but I know there was even, we were trying to work around, like, how could we potentially get in touch with references, but also you don't want to burn bridges. You know, I understand that kind of conundrum there. So, yeah, I guess kind of two-part question. How would you feel making the transition from those kinds of organizations to, obviously, Daily Wire, openly, politically, right-leaning? And if you were to come on board with us, would you have concerns about post-Daily
That bottle
Wire
came with a lid and a straw.
opportunity
Get your shit together.
because of
I
having
love you.
Daily Wire on your resume?
You guys are a lot more accepting of people who have different ideas. And I think a lot of these left-leaning organizations, they are not as accepting of people who have open ideas, which is why, you know, I'm sitting here in the first place. When I go to work for a company, I want to sit down and do my job. Regardless of what the company's mission is, I want to be able to be, number one, before anything, a worker.
We certainly don't want anyone coming on board who, if they had to, you know, animate or edit a certain video, they would be like, they wouldn't feel comfortable doing it because it's so, you know, in conflict with what they believe, you know?
For me, looking through your edit tests and things like that, and even looking through your YouTube channel, it's clear what I like most about you as far as you have a lot of interesting ideas. The ideas I really love, but some of the technical things, as far as I'd want to work on tightening up some of those. And, you know, I can go into more detail about that, but making sure the general idea is something that you're comfortable with.
Totally.
But yeah, just wanted to at least bring that up, as that was one of my thoughts going into this, based on the type of work I'm interested in you doing if we bring you on board.
And, you know, this is the last round here. We're at Wednesday, so you should have an update from me by the end of this week.
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Look forward to hearing from you guys.
Thanks so much, Alex.
Thanks again.
See ya.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
So despite telling me that they hated my YouTube videos and thought they were badly edited,
Even in watching through a bunch of your YouTube videos, some of them they feel a little baggy and they need tightening up, or, you know, parts here a little cleaned up or here or there. Like the one about the guy with the burners and things like that, the weed salesman, has a very Tim and Eric vibe. It has that kind of a vibe, I'm sure, on purpose, as opposed to a tighter, very strong thing.
I still managed.
Am I wrong? This sounds like a really nice job interview. This sounds like an exceedingly nice job interview. Am I crazy?
to get the job offer only an hour after the final interview.
Hey Alex, this is calling from the Daily Wire. I just want to say thanks so much again for taking the time to do a final interview with us this afternoon or earlier today. And actually calling to let you know we wanted to offer you the video editor position.
So, did they offer me the $2 million? $1 million? $100,000? No? Lower. Much lower. The Daily Wire offered me $62,000 with an extra $23,000 that I could earn working overtime.
This guy did a meme interview for a YouTube video, and he got an offer to do video editing for the Daily Wire, which is probably a dream job for a lot of people, for $62,000 with what, $20,000 in bonuses?
And I'll kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown.
That's amazing. That sounds unbelievable.
Of the pay structure. This is a non-exempt position, meaning it's hourly and you'd be eligible for overtime.
And they're paying you hourly? Interesting.
This doesn't make any sense. How come Steven Crowder gets offered $50 million? He's constantly getting banned from YouTube, and his heart literally doesn't work. He could drop dead at any minute. There's gotta be some way that I can convince them I'm worth more than $60K. Maybe the fact that I don't have a heart condition could somehow increase my value to the Daily Wire. But how do I prove that?
Alex?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Hey, good, how's it going?
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This guy's only got like 3,000 subs on his channel too. If anything, it makes the Daily Wire look really desperate. What the fuck?
No worries.
So I went to the doctor, hoping to get a recommendation letter for my heart that I could use to bargain for the extra $1.92 million.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm bleeding.
Okay, scared me at first. I'm like, are you comfortable holding it up like that? Is that okay? All right, great. You are all set.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Yep, you're good to go. It's nice to meet you.
Okay, so now that I have a letter from my doctor affirming my peak physical condition, I think I can finally come back with a counteroffer to the Daily Wire. Hi. Thanks so much for the offer. That's so exciting. Unfortunately, the number is not exactly what I'm looking for in terms of base salary. But fear not. I think there's still a way we can make this work. bearing in mind the fact that you guys offered Steven Crowder a $50 million contract despite him being a super racist and not having a fully working heart, I'm hoping that I could at least get a cool $2 million, because while I'm not a super racist and don't have as many YouTube subscribers as Crowder, I do have a fully working heart. I would be glad to attach a reference letter from my doctor, confirming the pristine condition of my heart. It seems like our numbers aren't too far off from each other. So I've attached my professional references along with this email. All the best. Sadly, a few hours after sending my counteroffer, the Daily Wire replied with a "thank you for your time." It's the business equivalent of when Disney says, "have a magical day." Basically, go fuck yourself. The next day, the Daily Wire reposted the job on their careers page, a clear sign to me that they had to restart the hiring process all the way back from the beginning. So that was it. The jig was up, and it was time for me to move on. But what if I'm not quite finished trolling conservative media companies just yet?
There is a deliberate and venomous anti-white campaign in our country, and it drives me crazy, and we shouldn't put up with it. It is evil from the pit of hell.
Damn.
Hello, Alex.
Yeah, hi, it looks like it's just connecting. Oh, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing today?
Doing great, doing great.
Cool, so you applied for the video editor position with Turning Point, correct?
Yeah.
Like, you know, we got a large variety of content. Like, we have a lot of story-driven content. But we also have a lot of kind of donor-driven requests, you know, things that can be simpler or not as exciting. Whether it's something that, you know, a donor requests, like they have an idea and they're like, hey, you know, it'd be cool if Turning Point would make this. And if it's something that, you know, agrees with our mission statement and something that we're excited about doing, we'll generally take it. I mean, we're competing with media in general, and like just the way that media has kind of been taken over by the left. Like there really isn't any sort of like well-known, I guess, or like any sort of like obviously leaning left or like obviously left.
Bro, get to the point. Holy shit.
Voices that we're really competing with. It's mostly just kind of like just the grand scheme of media. And so really what we're trying to do is trying to provide an alternative that, you know, is pro-America, pro-freedom, everything that Turning Point stands for and what conservatism stands for, like trying to create a space within media that can, you know, like take back that audience and inject just like good values into media again. And
wow.
That can do a lot of good. And I've seen it do a lot of good too. So I mean, if we move forward, it'll be a second interview.
Nice to meet you, Alex. This is gonna be hopping in. Our last meeting just went a little bit over, which is why we're a little bit late.
No worries, no worries. So when you guys make like a video that gets requested by a donor, does that get delivered to the donor, or is that put out to the TPUSA channels? Like how exactly does the distro happen there?
Distro?
Yeah,
Is that do people use that for distribution?
Sometimes it's just a doc we did. So like I got to work on 2 documentaries last year that were donor finance. Which was one was
yeah. Which distro are you using, guys?
The other documentary was The Great Global Reset with Jack Sobick. So those are donor specific projects that would be distributed.
I see. So it's interesting because it sounds like you guys kind of balance this. You're a content house because you're producing content for your own channels, obviously. But then there's also this other side of things where you're producing content that doesn't always go out to like TPUSA. Sometimes there's stuff that just goes like internal distribution almost. So what would you say like the ratio is of Turning Point content to like external distribution?
Yeah, we're working on that now. I would say that we're going to be doing more 70-30.
70-30.
70% of our own, and then 30 of theirs.
But just like the Daily Wire, Turning Point USA turned me down. At the beginning of this whole process, I was hoping to just troll the Daily Wire a bunch and maybe mess up their hiring process a little bit so they'd have to spend more time trying to find someone and less time making hateful content. But to do so, I had to change who I was and even stoop as low as producing some of the content that I ride so hard against.
Wow.
So was it worth it? Yeah, I think so. In the end, I don't think any worker should be forced to work for a nightmare company like the Daily Wire. But that's not the reality for most people. Instead, you have greedy losers like Steven Crowder getting paid $50 million to do online racism, while everyone else is left squabbling for fewer and fewer jobs with less and less salary. I realized after getting these offers from the Daily Wire that I'd never actually turned down a job before. So maybe after watching this video, if you interview for a job at a company you actually like, you'll know that you're worthy and valuable. Or at least know that in a job interview, they want to hire you as much as you want to be hired.
Okay, this is dumb.
All right, you ready? Yeah. All right, we're sneaking up on Kyle.
Kyle, oh!
Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay.
What? What is that?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
Is that a guy or something?
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be on here, dude.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. Hey, we were just trying to like have fun. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak in on you.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. I was supposed to be checking my email and then this came up. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course, man.
What's this stuff, man? What is this stuff, dude?
What is this? What is this? Like strong guys and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
That's so weird.
why are they up there, Kyle?
Whoa.
Kyle, hey man, if you're into this stuff,
out
if
of
you're
here.
like,
Hey,
are you gay,
I'm
man?
not gay. You know that. You've always known that.
Well, then who are these guys, man?
Oh,
Who are these
man.
guys? What's going on, man?
Hey,
You can just tell me.
What's going on, guys? What? You guys gotta get out of here. I'm sorry, this is a private establishment. What? Yeah, come on. Just get out.
Hey, man, you can.
Okay. All right. Can I work on stuff? I'm gonna go to bed. I thought you guys have been fun. I'll be back tomorrow. Is anything scheduled for tomorrow? Nope. Just streaming and memeing. Be careful, my duties.